In this video, I will explain nature of economics. Nature of economics is broadly categorized into three types. Economics is a science, economics is a social science, economics is an art. The first point of nature of economics is a science. In order to conclude whether economics is a science or not, one must be clear about the meaning of science. Science must have certain characteristic features. The first characteristic feature of science is it is a systematic study of a subject. In economics, theories, concepts are formulated in a systematic step-by-step manner, that is, by collecting, classifying, and analyzing the economic facts. Example, law of demand. This law is formulated by collecting the data relating to quantity demand of good X and different price levels of good X. And then the data is classified in a tabular form and then the data is analyzed. The second characteristic feature of science is science establishes the relationship between cause and effect of a fact. In economics, laws establish cause and effect relationship of economic activities. For example, the law of demand shows the relationship between a change in demand and a change in price. That is, when price changes, quantity demand also changes, other things remaining the same. The third characteristic of science is laws of science are universal. Much of the economic laws are universally true. They are applicable to all types of economies. Whether it is a capitalistic economy, socialistic economy, or a mixed economy, the laws of economics are equally applicable. Example, the law of demand is applicable to all types of economies. Economics as a science can be positive economics and normative economics. As a positive economics, economics is based on cause and effect relationship between variables and it doesn't pass value judgments. In other words, economics as a positive science states what was, what is, what would it be. Positive economics state what the reality is. For example, law of demand explains what happens when price rises. What happens when prices of goods continuously rises? Yes, that leads to a problem called inflation. Positive economics explains what is inflation, causes of inflation, and consequences of inflation. As a normative science, normative economics involves value judgments. It is prescriptive in nature and describes what ought to be or what should be the things. That is, what measures should be implemented in order to control inflation in the economy. Therefore, I would like to conclude that economics is both positive and normative in nature. Second point of nature of economics is it is a social science as it deals with studying the behavior of human beings and their relationships in society. In economics, economists develop theories which are simplified representations of the real world. Theories help economists to understand, explain, and predict real world economic phenomena. Example, unemployment problem. Like other social scientists, economists usually do not perform laboratory experiments. They typically examine what has already occurred in order to test their theories. And the third point of nature of economics is an art. What is the meaning of art? Art is the practical application of theoretical knowledge to achieve an objective. Is economics an art? Yes, economics is an art. Why? Because as a social science, economics deals with real world economic problems faced by people living in an organized society. As a science, The subject of economics develop theories, policies as a solution to the economic problems like inflation, poverty, unemployment, etc. in a scientific manner, and then those policies are implemented in practicality in economic scenario in order to solve economic problems. All policies made in economics has the ultimate objective of solving economic problems. So, economics can be inferred that besides being a science and a social science, economics is also an art. Luigi Cosa, an Italian economist, said, "A science teaches us to know and art teaches us to do."